sure a guy like TJ or Eddie or whoever is ready for their next step?
I think the best way to do that is to show them, right? Like getting on them and just telling them doesn't really work. I have to do that myself, or else they won't be able to. Like they don't understand, they don't see it. So, just like the older guys in front of me did that, I want me to pass it down to them.
How important is it to develop some depth behind you guys? And 5 starters, obviously everyone knows that. How important is getting that depth?
I think it's really important, right? You need at least 8 offensive linemen, 10 offensive linemen going into a season that are ready to play, and obviously that's shown in the past, and I think those guys are really ready to do that, and they're really excited for practice today, and we're excited to get them ready.
How much competition and how much has there been for those second spots, and how much depth you guys have on the front 5?
Wait, sorry, can you answer?
Yeah, how much depth do you guys have? How much competition is there for those second spots even?
I mean, everyone in the room is working really hard, and like we can't be satisfied with our spots either as the starters. We got to be. Those guys are all pushing us, and obviously with the transfers we've gotten and with the young guys developing, like those guys are getting a lot better.
And so much talk about what this team can do. How excited are you guys for tonight to just get on the field and in game month now?
Yeah, very excited to start practicing. Just got to keep that excitement all throughout camp.
Brandons are battling. I know for that. What does that do to have those guys competing against each other? What have you seen from them?
It's really important to have competition up front and at any position, but I've seen a lot from those guys. Obviously, Brandon Henderson started in I think 5 or 6 games last year, but he was really good at those games, and I think Brandon Hansen looks really good has looked really good in the offseason. They're just really excited to get to camp and see them work.
I know Brandon Hansen got some reps next to you during the spring in the first group. How have you seen him grow over the last year, and especially in the spring?
Just watching him get older. Obviously, he's a big, strong dude, but just learning little nuances that he needs to get better in, and I've noticed him taking steps in those directions, and just his preparation.
What's your next step as a starting unit? I mean, obviously ended the season strongly.
Right.
What's your next step?
I think for us, is starting out strong is really, really important. Obviously, last year we did not start strong. We ended really strong, but we want to start strong, what we did last year, and even better. So that would be the goal for the start of the season.
Is there a moment or something during fall camp where you're like, okay, football season's back, like the pads the juices get flowing? Is there a time like that?
I think today you feel it, right? You get in meetings and you get ready for practice, put the helmet on, but once the pads come on, that's real football.
Is it hard to wait? You've got a whole month before you're hitting another uniform.
It's almost good because we got to get better still before we start playing. But I think we're just excited, ready for practice tonight.
We've seen from those nose tackles. How much did they push you? What did you think of the new guys kind of rotating in there?
I thought all the nose tackles did a really nice job in the spring that I played against. Obviously, Kurt, Angelo had been here a while. Both 2 guys who are really, really good. I have some other guys get in there, but those 2 guys have been good this spring, and they're strong, fast guys.
Josh, you may have answered this already, I apologize, but just having, a bunch of the returners coming back to this line, what is that going to help this line, heading into fall camp?
Yeah, like I said, last year we ended really strong, and we want to continue that and be even better at the beginning of this season. I think that's our big goal as a unit, and just to get better throughout camp. But the communication, all that kind of things will be good.
And how do you, as, one of the leaders on that line, just come into fall camp being that voice for the younger guys?
I think the young guys, and it's not just me, JC, Gatsky, Melvin, Brandon Henderson, Brandon Hansen, all those guys practice so hard. They have a lot of detail in their preparation, so those young guys see that and they follow it.
Definitely. And, having that expectation coming off last year, not just for the team but the outside noise, how are you guys kind of not focusing on what people are saying outside of what the program is?
I think people think it's harder than it is to do that. I think we just focus one day at a time, really. Just to practice tonight is the biggest day we have so far. So.
What do you think Brandon Henderson gained from starting 5, 6, 7, 8 games last year?
I think he gained a lot. Like starting in games makes a huge difference. Especially he played in a lot of big time games. He played against Michigan. He played, even though he didn't start the game, he played starting against South Carolina. Those started like really good fronts. So I think he gained a lot of experience. And once you see yourself on film in a real game, you really know what you need to work on.
You've mentioned a couple times that we got to start well.
Yeah.
What do you think the key to that is?
Yeah. I think the key to that is that just be ready in game one. Like maybe our preparation in the first part of the year wasn't as good as the end part of the year, but now that we've played together, I think it will be a lot better. But I think our preparation has to be high, our intention has to be high in practice going into those first few games.
Do you think that's what clicked in November last year, Josh? And specifically, you guys have been able to run the ball that month really, really effectively?
Yeah, I think it was just all of us coming together and working a little better together. But yeah, probably intention in practice and also our preparation going to the games definitely made a big difference in those later parts of the season.
Josh, for you, that quarterback's center relationship is so special, and being able to bring Luke back for a third straight year, just how's that relationship grown between you two, and what have you seen from him this the fall, in the spring, in the summer, and now going into the fall as you guys do another season together?
Yeah, I've been playing with Luke for 3 years now, and I've just seen the way he's grown. He's gotten so good since when he first got here until now. Not that he wasn't good when he first got here, but he's always been good. But just seeing him take steps, and me and him working together, talking about calls, talking about defense, talking about game plans during the week is really grown. It's easy to communicate with someone you've been working with for the last 3 years.
When you hear him talk about his connection with Barry, is it really similar to what you have with Bart after being here for so long?
Yeah, I'm sure it is. And obviously me and Coach, I've been playing for Coach Illini for 4 years as well too. So, but I think it's probably similar, yes.
Obviously, you had a football upbringing, but how much have you learned about being the guy up front to make those calls? How much has that changed over the last 2 years as you've started?
Yeah, I think as I've started more, I've gotten a little more experience. So, I don't know everything. I still need stuff to learn, but I think I've gotten a grasp on things. I've seen a lot of stuff before. I can go back in my old notebooks from 2023. Let's say we played a defense that was a movement defense, or we played defense that was a two-gapping defense. I have those notes from back then. I can look back on them and get ready for this, a game. I don't know what Western Illinois plays exactly yet, but I can look back on notes. I've already played teams like that.
Quarterbacks, we always think about watching so much film to prepare themselves for what they see. And how much do you have to? How important is that for you?
For me, film is really important. I really like to know what's going on before I get into the game. I think some people are different than others. Some people can handle a lot of information. Some people can't. For me, I need a lot of information before I step into a game.
What's this archive of notes you have look like? Where do you keep them?
I just have
How much are we talking?
I probably have a stack of notebooks, maybe 10 notebooks that I have with a bunch of stuff. It's not just football. I have training, eating, all kinds of stuff I have in those.
Have you always done that? Maybe kept?
Since college. Yeah.
Is there someone here, when you started, that maybe got you?
I learned that from my dad.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question about Aiden as well. Just obviously he had 2 really good games, everything the year at Northwestern, the whole game. Just what have you maybe seen from him to carry over that success, running the ball behind you?
Right. I think Aiden had a lot of confidence. I remember in fall camp last year, I thought Aiden was really, really good. I think he had some injuries at the beginning of the season that may have hampered him a little bit, but I know he's really excited. He looks really good in the weight room. I've been seeing him, watching him train a little bit. He looks really good in the weight room. I know he's looking real fast, so just excited to get to camp with him.
What do you think about the mustache he's going with?
It's him. I wouldn't rock it personally, but for him, that's good.
We've heard from Henderson that last fall camp that he was able to play all 5 if he really, really needed to. From your perspective, what skill set is required to be able to do that, and how much of a different world is it to kind of jump into maybe a center like he can do?
The skill set to be able to do that is pretty special. Obviously they're not going to throw me out there at left tackle, but the fact that Brandon can play left tackle through right tackle and center is pretty special, and it shows how smart he is and how much tools and how athletic and strong he really is, and the fact that he knows all the positions, he knows all the plays from all of them shows what kind of player he is.
Thanks, John.
Yeah.